number one rule is think outside the box. Every day we hear clients tell us that they mass submitted their resume online, thousands of copies of it, to jobs that were actually advertising online, requesting by email. However, the secret is to go where nobody else is going and to make the contacts that nobody else is making. Submitting thousands of copies of your resume online is fine, but you're following the herd of cattle and you're going to wind up at the same feeding trough as all of the other cattle competing for the same small amount of grass. Instead, I find that the most successful approach to getting a job with your resume is, of course, to have an exceptional resume such as the one that we'll create. Then send that resume to 40 or more prospective employers, but research contacts at the company who are not the ordinary chain of command for receiving and evaluating resumes. Instead of sending it to the recruitment officer or the equivalent person that is named in the online posting or advertisement that you saw for the job, instead take the time to invest hours in your career and find out who is the higher executive in that company. If possible, go straight to the top. It might not go directly to them, it might go to their secretary. However, 9 times out of 10, when you send your resume to the higher up contact, to the executive, they're going to see it and they're going to send it to the correct person, probably to the human resources individual that was named in the advertisement to which you're responding. But now, instead of your resume coming from you, Joe Smith or Jill Smith, it's coming from Mr. Johnson, the executive, to them. And it's going to be looked at in a whole different way than if you just mass submit it with 1,000 or 10,000 other people who are all responding to the same job. Look, the purpose of a resume is to get an interview, not a job. At the interview, then you get the job. But if you're just mass submitting your resume with thousands of others, you're not likely to have the chance to get to that job interview in the first place to sell yourself. People at most companies, even the small ones, do not read every resume. At the most, they glance. At the least, a computer screens them by keyword. And then you're put into a pile, and they quickly select a few applicants to wrangle in for the job interview. You can avoid that whole process by taking the time to research somebody else higher up in the company to send it to. And from our perspective, our career marketing tool that we give to you in order to comply with our terms and our guarantee are simply that you fax and or send by certified mail the resume that we create to you to at least 40 prospective employers that you researched who are higher up than the person in the job recruitment ad. So take the time to look at each company, find out who else you can send it to, and you're still welcome to mass submit by email as well as a backup. And from there, make sure that your cover letter is addressed to the executive that you research. Even if you write your own cover letter and do not order one from us, that's fine. But in order to comply with our terms, that's what you have to do. And if you do that, my guarantee is that your chances of getting a job will increase dramatically. Now, as long as you do that, you have my personal guarantee that your chances of getting a job are going to increase dramatically. And as long as you do that, as long as you submit your resume by fax and or by certified mail, and you just save copies of your receipts, you have our guarantee that you will be working or will refund your money plus the cash bonus mentioned on our website. But it's not enough to just have a great resume. You have to go ahead, take the time to do the extra research and submit it to the executives of the company. Do it at least 40 times for the guarantee, and a lot more if you can. 100 is an excellent number, and your chances of getting a job are going to increase to nearly 100%.